for the Blackburn trip this weekend?
Yeah, we're not too bad. From the squad from last weekend, so yeah, we're not in bad shape.
How's James Collins recovered? He was dead on his feet for understandable reasons towards the end last week.
He's fine. We just managed him through this week, and I think he was outstanding last week. I think that was apparent for everybody to see, and but he's fine.
You haven't got too many midweek games on the horizon, but do you have to kind of manage his workload and then set up a different schedule for him?
Yeah, listen, he's 35 years of age as well. And even if James was playing week in, week out prior to coming to us, your body can't do what it done when you're 25. That's just the human nature of football. So you manage him, and he knows how to manage himself as well, which is important.
I was going to say that you must trust a player of that age with that experience to know his own body.
Yeah, no, I think you've got to do that in management. You've got to know how what makes them tick and what doesn't. And James is a really, really experienced player who's played at the highest level for most of his career, so I don't have a problem with that.
Great to see Emmy involved in the 18 last week. Is the ideal plan to kind of drip feed him back into first team action?
That's it. Yeah, basically that's the way it works. He's been fine, and hopefully no setbacks, and it's just a matter of him training and sustaining it.
And is he a player you've kind of admired from afar down the years as an opposing manager against him?
I saw him playing a long time ago in Manchester City, and so I knew of him. He was only a young kid at that time, and then obviously he goes in to try and get his own career going. And I've always liked him as a footballer. I think he's a really, really good footballer.
And another good footballer, Teddy Bishop, he's been saying he's hoping to earn a new contract in the summer, which is understandable. Do you kind of bide your time on that one because of his injury problems?
Well, I think the thing for myself with Bishop was 2 years is a long time not playing. It's a hell of a long time not playing. He's a talent, as I've always said. Whether he could sustain it, I think he's doing really well now. I think he's built the back of it. I think he's getting really stronger. He's doing really well in training. We look sharper and fitter, stronger. And yeah, he's one player I think this club should look at and think, okay, let's see if we can do something with him, because I think he's a really good player.
And your rival, Alan Judge, in the last few days, was he on the initial list at the start of January? How did that move come about? A bit surprised maybe Brentford let such a good player go?
Well, Brentford will have their own way of doing things. I think when Alan came available, or we spoke about it, I thought, this is one we could maybe look at and pursue. I think he's a really good player again, a lad that's not had many games, but he's a little bit fitter than the other guys. So but he'll win the squad, but he's a really, really good player, and I'm looking forward to work with him.
Yeah, what do you see as his strengths?
I think he's a really good footballer, I really do. I think he's very, very, very intelligent footballer. He makes the simple ball really good, and some people don't want to play simple ball at times because they think it's not attractive, but he does it really, really well. And
a bit of composure as well on the ball in the heat of battle.
Yeah, very good. Knows the game, been around the block, knows the experienced, everything there. It's just that he's getting games for him as well, which is important. But I think he'll be a big asset to us.
Is that it for incomings? You had a busy couple of weeks, like 6 new signings so far.
I don't know if one comes up and I think it's worthwhile, and the football club thinks it's worthwhile, and financially it's worthwhile, then we'll look at it.
But overall happy with the squad. If there isn't to be a 7th or an 8th signing, you feel this squad can get you out of the hole?
Listen, I think we're a lot stronger than what we were. As I said before, I can never predict anything, but the lads that come in have gave us that presence of, we look at a bigger side, as I said before, guys that know the game, a little bit more knowledgeable in the game. And I'm delighted to help. They're here to help us. They're not here to do anything other than help. And if we can get the best out of them and we achieve it, it'll be great.
What about players going out on loan? You said last week you probably have to trim the squad with a number of players missing out on a match day. Anything imminent? Jonoy
looks like if he could go, and Danny Rowe looks like if he could go out. So we'll have a look at it. As I said, I'm just waiting for things to be confirmed.
Andre, is he available?
Andre Dazelle,
would he be one?
On loan?
Yeah.
Not at the minute. Andre, I think, is doing really well in training. I think he's another big talent. It'd have to, for Andre to go out, it would have to be the right club that suits him the way he plays. And so I'm not sure on that one.
And these lads, the likes of Danny Rowe and Jan, are you still got a future here? Is this just a short-term thing, the way you see things till the summer?
First and foremost, the lads have got to play. I think that's important. And as I said, my job is to try and make this football club as best and as strong as it possibly can be. But they two lads definitely need games. The two lads that probably haven't featured as much under myself. Again, but I can only pick 18 guys that can go, and Janoi and Danny certainly need games.
What's the latest on Jonas? So I guess now your third choice left back. Is he likely to find a new club this window?
Somebody's got to come in for you, and I've not heard anything at all. I've had good dialogue with Jonas, absolutely no problem at all. I think, as I said before, he wants to have one eye on something, which I can't stop. It's before my time, and if he's not going to be here in the long term, then we have to look at something else. That's normal. We just can't go with somebody we think, well, he's going to be here for a few months and then go. It's a difficult situation for everybody, and that's why we had to bring in Callum to help.
You clearly want to play this attractive style of football, getting on the front foot, but do you think bringing in people like Colin Quinn, I mean, you can mix it up a bit, Paul, if needs be on occasions, you can go long, which you maybe couldn't have done before this month.
Well, Quinn has got incredible touch for a big lad. He's got an incredible feel for the ball, and really good touch with the feet, really good. So he's more than just a big guy up front. He's got a really good touch, and we'll still play the way I think's the right way to play football, and we'll still try and make it exciting. I don't want to play high balls or long balls or anything like that. He's there to help, and I think he's a really good finisher, Colin. But more importantly, he's got a really good feel for the ball.
How'd you look back on your time at Blackburn?
It was really short at that time. There's some really good people there. I really enjoyed my time there, and it's a really good club. Again, it probably lost its way a little bit in certain things, but it's a really good club. And I'm looking forward to coming back because there's some really good people there.
Do you think Tuesday not have much of an impact on them, or can maybe people outside make too much of that extra time?
As a footballer, you always want to play games. I think they're young, fit guys that can go again. It was a difficult game. I watched the game. It was a tough match, and they done well against Newcastle. But no, listen, it's a tough game for them as well. We'll go up there and we'll go and try and win.
You had somebody spying on their training this week? What do you make of all that?
In what way? What do you mean?
Does it come as a complete surprise? Do you think that goes on in football? What have you made of the last week involving Leeds United and yesterday with Bielsa chatting about it?
I don't really know the story. What the league manager done? I don't know what he done.
He said that he's spied on, or he's watched
training. Yeah, no, I get that, but I don't know what he
done
done with his conference or anything. I don't.
He took everybody through a PowerPoint presentation and showed them the in-depth research he does on opponents. Yeah,
really. It's up to him how he wants to do it. Or that way, I don't get caught up in all that stuff. I don't get caught in it. I don't think I've ever had it done. To me, the only thing I would say is if you've got your own training ground, how do people get in? That's the only thing. Frank probably done his preparation. Never think that in a million years would happen, and it probably did. But I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right. And everybody's got a different way, but regarding presentations, then it's entirely up to him what he does.
You think they should be punished then if you don't think it's right? What happened?
No, you better asking everybody else. You'd ask me a question, would I think it, and give my opinion. I'll never give my opinion. Would I think they should be punished? That's up to other people to decide what they want to do.
Thanks, Paul.
All right.
You talked about a couple of players exiting potentially. Is Jordan Roberts amongst those as well? Because there's been talk that there's a few clubs talking to him at the moment.
No, Jordan was one. I think there was teams wanting him, then things broke down, and then back on, and broke down, and so I don't know where we're quite at with it. I think probably Jordan's agents and probably talking to clubs to see what's going on, but for some reason it seems to keep breaking down.
And they're the ones that haven't really featured at all under you. What about ones that have played but have maybe now dropped down a little bit more? People like John Nolan, Caden Jackson, players like that, even Gwion Edwards, would you consider it for players like them? Is it more healthy for them to play regular football?
No, because even them lads, I know what they can do, but we had to get some sort of different way as well. We couldn't always rely on the lads. It was really tough for them. They needed help, which I said would always happen. I won't just let anybody get out and love. I don't think it's right for the club. Guion's been really good for us. John's done really well as well. So that there's no way I can sit and say lads are just going to go because you dropped out 18. It's a squad. It's a squad game. You need that 22, 23 man squad to play all these games. So you just have to do your utmost to get back in the side.
Do you hope that elevates some of their performances now with this increased experience and competition? Might get a bit more out of some of them?
It should do. It should do if you're up for the fight and you're willing to take that challenge on. You think, yeah, I'm up for this. And that's what you need. You need people to take the challenge on to have it. I had it in my own career, so it certainly it was good enough for myself. It's certainly good for other ones to have that competition where you've got to keep. As soon as you stop looking over your shoulder as a footballer and think there's no competition, you'll never progress. You need that fear factor in you to perform.
Have you noticed a bit of extra edge in training now with the new guys coming in?
You know, the training, Stuart, has always been upbeat. It's always been high intensity. So that for me is important because I think you always train the way you play if you can. And I think that's for me really vital. And you have to be ready for every training session you perform, and you're ready for every game. And to be fair to the lads, every training session they've been very good. How's
Luke Chambers? Has he done any damage to his wrist?
No, he's okay. He's okay. Look, I've never known Luke really to miss anything. So we give him a couple of days off at the beginning of the week when he's back training, so he'll be okay.
Has he broken that wrist, or has he done any damage to it? Has he got to wear a cast or anything like that?
He might need to wear a wee, strapping thing on his wrist, but that won't stop.
Yeah, he's the sort of player that goes through that, isn't he? No concerns there at all.
Yeah.
We talked about Teddy Bishop's contract there. Luke Chambers is another one that's contract situation. Is that one that, being the captain and the presence that he is about the club, you want to get that sorted out as soon as?
I think Luke's situation is how big a player he has been for the club, past and present. I think that's really important. I think people like that are worth their weight in gold. He's 30. I think he's 33. I think Luke is 33. So for the football club, he's vital. For me, he's been absolutely brilliant as a footballer, as a person. So I think I can't speak highly enough of him. I'm pretty sure the club will sort something out with him. We'd already spoke about it a few weeks ago. He knows my feelings on it and what I think. But he's been absolutely terrific for us, and I can't ask any more as a lad running about the place and the way he has conducted himself, first class. And I think he's great for the football club. Even after football, I think he's a great role model for kids.
So is that in the owner's hands now? That's kind of you've said.
Me and Marcus have had a discussion on it, and I think Marcus also knows my take on it as well. And it's not, as I said before, it's not just for the football club. It's everywhere else around the town. I think he's important.
Yeah, and a word on Marcus, because you know you've said from day one you need a bit of support, and you know he's funded six transfers for you now. Some of those are on significant wages by the sounds of things. So
okay, well, hang on a minute. Where did you get that from then? Okay. All right. So where did you get that one? What's significant in your language then?
Well, okay. Well, are you telling me they're not?
No, you asked me. I'm answering it.
This is a bit of praise for the club.
Yeah.
A bit of ambition.
No, but I want to know what's in your head. What figure?
I heard Quainer was on something, the best part of 20,000 in terms of picking up his wages. If you wanted to talk figures. But,
and where did you hear that one from?
Well,
is that a source that's is that a Club Insider one?
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love that Club Insider. I used to get that. Club Insider says, and when you confront it, you never find a Club Insider.
To your right stood there has told me that there's you know.
Listen,
these aren't cheap deals.
Marcus has done okay. Collins comes in, no tax. Dawkins comes in, no tax. Elder comes from Leicester. Quainer comes from Huddersfield. Keane comes from Hull. And Judge comes from Brentford. All right. So there's two guys that's been unattacked, and everybody else comes in. The lads, Marcus has been absolutely brilliant with it. We've targeted a lot of players over this last few weeks. He's been really great with it, and I've got nothing. As I said before, I've got no ill feeling or anything with Marcus. He's always been really good. And we talk a lot. He comes in a lot of times to see us, so there's no problem that way. As I said before, he's been great on everything. I don't want people to think that he's anything other but a really supportive owner, which a football club needs, and he's been absolutely brilliant for us.
Because other clubs wanted Quainer, other clubs wanted Judge.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you've had to do something to get them in, whether it's your powers of persuasion, whether it's Marcus's checkbook. As a club as a whole, you've done well to attract some of these players.
Yeah, listen, ultimately you've got to talk to them as a manager and see if they want to come. And you asked me a question weeks ago that the way the club was in the table, will you find it hard to people to come? That can go against you at certain times. It's up to us to try and persuade them to come. And all the lads have been, the lads that are here, they want to be here, which for me is absolutely 100% vital to the whole thing.
So Marcus has backed you, but we shouldn't be going too overboard in terms of that.
Well, I wouldn't turn around and put pressure on the guy and say he's give you players that are on 40s and 50,000s. That ain't going to happen. But everything we've asked of him, he's been absolutely brilliant. He really has. And whether it's 20, whether it's 10, whether it's 15, whether it's whatever it is, he's been brilliant with it. And he recognises where the club is. He's not a silly man. He knows exactly what's going on. And I'm delighted to work with him. He's been very good. Good. All right. I'll get your insider. Right.
And Matthew Pennington at right back last week, is that a position you see him playing long term, or is that sort of horses for courses selection?
No, I just think okay. I think Matt is one of his big attributes. On the ball, he's very, very good. Defensive, I thought he was really strong. I thought he won so many balls on the back post when it was coming toppers all the time. So, Pennington's a really good footballer. I think he can adapt to most positions.
And just seeing you talking out there with George Burley and Terry Butcher.
Yeah.
The manager you're facing on Saturday is another town legend, Terry.
Yeah.
Mogger. He might be someone who's invited in here on another situation of different.
Yeah, no, Tony, I never played with Tony up at Celtic. I knew he was obviously up there and things like that. So, and I knew how well he'd done down here. So, and I've met him a couple of times in certain situations. Nice guy, no problem with that. And he's at a good club. Blackburn's a good club.
And we mentioned Emma Hughes and well, Tom Adeyemi was not mentioned for a little bit. How's he progressing?
He's doing all right. Tom still, it's nearly 15 months he's been out. It's a hell of a long time. Tom is still a good wee bit away. He's still got to get through all the rigours of training and getting fit. You can't just throw him in because he comes out of a physio room and think he's totally fit. It won't work. He'll likely they'll probably break down again. So he has to go through the rigours of training really to get before he gets to us.
Grant Ward was pictured in the hospital bed having undergone surgery. Will that go well?
Yeah.
Same expectations. 9 months-ish.
Yeah, it's going to be another long-term one. He'll have good days and bad days with it. So no, it's a bad injury, that one. But nowadays modern medics can sort it out and hopefully we're back before too long.
And Ben Falamin's had surgery as well, I gather.
Yeah, it's long term again. It's incredible. His Achilles heel is obviously snapped, so he's just going to have to get your head down. There'll be some times where they come in here and it's tough to rehab. That's normal when you're out that length of time. But Ben's young. He'll come back. He'll come back strong for it.
That's another sort of 9-10 months.
Yeah. You don't get short injuries here. That's for sure. You know.
I mean, he might have been one that you've been looking to get out on loan, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I might have done. I might have done. I'm not sure. He was doing okay, but again, somebody's going to want to have to take you on loan. He's only a young kid still learning his trade, so yeah, I'll have to look at it.
And Tristan, he's obviously been back for a few weeks now. Have you sort of decided whether you might send him back out?
I won't send him out if I think it's right. I won't just send him out if I don't think it's right for them. I don't think they're going to get any game time, which was happening. So I don't want lads just to go out there and train. They better train with us. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, fine, thank you.
All right.
All right. If I just ask one, sorry. Blackburn Rovers, obviously Tony Mowbray, we've touched upon there. They've done well this season, haven't they? Having come up, sort of made a good impression this season.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be a tough ask on Saturday?
It's a tough game. It's a really, really tough game, but equally so, hopefully it's for them as well. We've got there and go and do our best and do what we've been doing and try and go and win. I won't try any differently and then try and win. So yeah, it's a tough game. Every game's hard. I never get into any game thinking it's going to be an easy afternoon.
All right. Thank you.
I'll get your mold.